Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. So let's talk Scranton Knights Wrestling. Andrew Burgette joining us right now. Andrew, it's been a pretty successful career for you, and it's your senior year. I know you're really excited as districts approach here in just a few days. Let's talk first about your season there at Scranton.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting season. Well, for the most part, I was pretty disappointed for districts and all that for team districts, but I like my senior year so far pretty much.
And there's been some good wrestlers coming through the program, and some good coaching in your program, and some dads are pretty good wrestlers as well, and getting some tips for you guys. Coach Evanitsky, Coach Burgette, and of course Coach Morgan. Talk about what it's like to have all those coaches around with so much knowledge and so much passion for wrestling.
Well, they seem to know what they're talking about. For conditioning wise, they tell us what's the best to do and what not to do, pretty much. Jim knows a lot about technique and all that. He does a lot of moves and stuff.
Andrew, how about for you? What do you think makes you such a talented wrestler? Is it you think you have great technique? Is it a big heart you wrestle with? Great endurance? Tell us about some things that you think have given you success.
Well, just a lot of time drilling. I do a lot of training in the gym, a lot lifting, a lot of practicing. We go all over the place to different schools to practice with and stuff like that.
Andrew, when you're facing your opponent, are you one of those guys that kind of likes to know every detail about who you're wrestling, or doesn't it matter to you? You just kind of go out and do your match?
Well, it seems to, I wrestle better if I don't know the person that well. But I would usually want to know, how good they are, all that stuff. They try not to tell me, though, how good they are and stuff.
Well, there's certain secrets and certain techniques that coaches use with the wrestlers and what gets the most out of them. How about you? What are you looking forward to, hopefully, over the next few weeks that you have left in your season? First up with districts, talk about some of the opponents that you expect in your bracket, and what weight will you be wrestling at?
I'll be wrestling at 170, and for right now, I'm not sure who's good that's going to be my weight class. I know the kid that I lost to might be going down to 60, but other than that, I'm not sure.
And Andrew, you're hoping to make it to regionals and possibly states. Talk about what that quest will be, because you're going to have to go through the Lehigh Valley if that's possible.
Yeah, for regionals, it's going to be extremely tough to place top 4 to go to states there. But I'm thinking I have a really good shot of going, so just got to wrestle tough there.
Andrew, when you talk about the teammates that you have and the camaraderie and how you guys are together on the mat, off the mat, those friendships, as you said, you've traveled to some places. Talk about some of the friendships that you have with guys.
Oh, yeah. Our team, we have a lot of different kids around, so we always be hanging out and stuff after school, maybe before practice and stuff like that. So we're pretty close.
Andrew, let's talk about your family and talk about them supporting you and making sure that you're always doing the right thing. Tell us a little bit about some people in your life that are important to you.
All right. Well, my dad's probably the most important. He's essentially my coach and all that. He makes sure that I get everything done pretty much. And my brothers, they wrestle too, so all 3 of us wrestle, and we all got skills from my dad and stuff like that.
Andrew, how about your future? Let's talk about wrestling. That's something you want to do at the college level, and there's probably some schools that are looking at you and schools that you're looking at. Tell us about the schools that you're thinking about, or just trying to gain that interest. And wrestling's always one of those sports, usually you find out in March or April on where a wrestler's headed.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get a couple of looks at if I make it to states and all that, so I'm looking at one college, though, Liberty University right now, to see how that goes.
And I'm sure there's some others that are in the mix as well for you, Andrew. When you talk about what you're looking for at a college campus, have you been on many visits, or did you see any campuses yet, or are you just kind of looking for the right fit?
Right now, just really looking right now. I've been to a couple of college campuses for 20 minutes, been walking around there.
Andrew, let's talk a little bit about as a wrestler, when you're out there on the mat, what are some things that you're thinking about while you're out there? I mean, you're looking forward to scoring points, you're looking forward to defend them, because you do have some quickness to you. So whether you're on the offense or defensive end, you always seem like you're on your toes.
Yeah, I pretty much want to try to get a takedown and stay on top because that's where I seem to be best at on the mat. So, like tilting on that.
And Andrew, when you talk about the workouts and stuff with your dad and the influence he's had on your life, tell us about some things that you've done with him, whether it's going to the gym and lifting weights or going out for a long run or just trying to get some intensity going, maybe doing a crazy workout for 30 minutes.
Yeah, he gets me up at CrossFit in the morning. During the summertime, he'd have me do a lot of workouts, and he takes me to a lot of tournaments, too. So we go pretty much everywhere.
Wrestling's the only thing you do. Talk about what it takes to be a wrestler. It's one of those sports that you really got to punch the clock and really get the most out of yourself. And you find out a little bit more about yourself, I'm sure, every time you step on the mat.
Yeah, wrestling, it's an intense sport. You got to be disciplined to, like, make it through all the practices and stuff like that. You have to, like, have good conditioning to make it to 6 minutes. Like, it's wrestling and stuff like that, you get really tired fast.
Well, you're doing a heck of a job and having a great senior year, and I'm sure it would be much more memorable. You move on to regionals and then hopefully punch that ticket to Hershey this year. So we wish you well over the next few weeks, all right?
All right, thank you.
Andrew Burgette, he's a senior for the Scranton Knights Wrestling Program. He's had a fantastic year. Looking for a little bit more here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.